Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another video review. But before I get started, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you're watching this video right here and are not a subscriber to Patriot Prime Reviews, please hit that subscribe button right now. It won't cost you a thing, but will help me and my channel out tremendously. Also, make sure and check out my sponsor, Toyhax.com. Toyhax provides label sets, upgrade kits, and display backdrops for Transformers toys of all types and generations. New for 2020, Toyhax is introducing the Toyhax Armory, where they'll be offering a variety of weapons for your favorite bots in multiple colors. Also this year, Toyhax is introducing Robo Points. For every purchase you make, you'll earn Robo Points that you can redeem towards a voucher for future purchases. Toyhax is a company run by collectors for collectors, so check out Toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the review. The featured bot for this video is the Walmart exclusive Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Megatron, with Pinpointer and Lionizer. And I must say, I have the best subscribers. I was messaged on Facebook on Memorial Day weekend with, hey, I found you a Megatron. And I'm like, sweet, how much do I owe you? Not a thing. I'm sending it to you on me. Keep doing what you're doing. So I usually don't like to really throw out names on YouTube. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I am just totally humbled by this. I mean, I've got no words. Thank you so much. I've been looking forward to getting this guy for quite some time, and I'm just blown away by your generosity. So real quick, let's take a look at Megatron in the packaging. You've got Megatron right here looking all imposing. You've got Battlemaster Pinpointer and Battlemaster Lionizer right there. Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Netflix. Side of the box, that's Siege artwork done with a red style. On the back you have Megatron, and it says Captive Autobot Pinpointer and Captive Autobot Lionizer, which now makes sense why they're with Megatron. And on this side of the box is Megatron with some decent artwork. Not a fan of the lips right there, but it still looks pretty good. So now, without further ado, let's get this guy opened. I cannot wait to see what he looks like in hand. And welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, once you get the Netflix Megatron 3-pack all opened and out of the packaging, you see they come with a sheet of instructions, and just like all the modern Transformer instructions, these are very well illustrated and very easy to follow. You also get Battlemaster Lionizer with a hot pink blast effect, Battlemaster Pinpointer with 2 hot pink blast effects, Megatron's giant sword / tank barrel, and Megatron himself with his fusion cannon. So first things first, let's take a look at Battlemaster Lionizer. Now, according to the back of the box, Lionizer here is Megatron's Autobot captive. And this figure is a straight-up repaint of the Battlemaster Lionizer we got with Siege Wave 1. And the repaint is a direct homage to the original Generation 1 Lionizer that came with Autobot Action Master Rad. Now, this figure doesn't really look too bad. He's got a lot of nice molded detail. Got some nice blue painted eyes right there. Lots of details there on the face. The weapon here up top, which in Lion mode or Beast mode is a cannon, does have that translucent plastic that I'm such a big fan of, but it still looks really, really good. There's a quick 360 all the way around. I mean, the figure's all right for what it is. Articulation, the legs can move back and forth and in and out slightly because they are on a ball joint. and the head can look up and down, and that's mainly due to transformation. Now, speaking of transformation, to transform Lionizer into his weapon mode, you're going to take the cannon over top of his head, straighten out, which will form the blade. Then you're going to take the rear legs, push forward while you take the front legs and kind of loop over. So you're going to have this little slot right here that this peg on the foreleg fits into. So you've got that going on. Let's do that here on the other side. Back leg goes forward and front leg goes back, and they clip together. So there you go. Now you're going to take the head, bring that down, flip all the way around to it clicks in place. It's a very soft click. And now you have Lionizer's weapon mode, and it's some sort of bladed weapon, a sword or a dagger, and it doesn't look too bad. I love the silver along the bottom. Much better looking than the Lionizer that I saw before. I like the fact that that actually looks like a blade. You got the handle right there. That's also that translucent plastic. And this is a 5mm handle that can fit into the fist of any figure. So let's take Megatron here, and we'll give him Lionizer as his weapon. Goes right in his hand, and there you go. So he is now armed with his Autobot captive Lionizer. Now Lionizer did come with this hot pink swooshy sound effect, blast effect, that actually clips right here on top of the blade. So now it looks like Megatron is coming down in a swinging arc, and that looks really, really cool. I kind of wish the blast effect was orange. That kind of makes a little bit more sense since the figure has no hot pink on him whatsoever. But still, it's a neat effect, and I'm really glad to have this figure now. So now there is one final look at Netflix's Battlemaster Lionizer. Next up, we have Megatron's second Autobot captive, Battlemaster Pinpointer. Now, Pinpointer here is a straight-up repaint of Battlemaster Fire Drive, who also appeared in Wave 1 of the Siege line. This mold has been used a lot, and we've definitely seen this figure before. Now, this repaint is also a homage to the original Generation 1 Pinpointer. So I'm really, really appreciative of that. I love my G1 throwbacks. Now, Pinpointer here, his articulation, arms can do a complete 360 and go in and out, and the legs can go up and down and in and out as well due to the fact they're on ball joints. Now, Pinpointer here transforms into a weapon, and these are my favorite Battlemasters. I can't get enough of the guns. It's a pretty simple transformation. You're going to bring the barrel up over Pinpointer's head. Then you're going to fold the legs up and over. Make sure you peg those together there at the heels. Bring those together, not the heels, on the sides. Man, I'm having a hard time today. Tab those into the barrel. You're going to bring the arms up. There are little pegs that the arms slide into on the fists. And there you have Pinpointer in weapon mode. And I do like this weapon. I like how it has missile pods right there on top. You got the double barrel blaster. It's a really good looking gun. But this is where I think Hasbro screwed up on their Generation 1 homage, because the original Pinpointer had a red barrel. So I really wish they had painted the barrels red. Now, for those of you who don't know, Pinpointer is actually the target master of Crosshairs here. So if you have a Crosshairs figure, you could add him with Pinpointer, and now you have Target Master Crosshairs all armed and ready for battle. I love the fact that Megatron came with this figure, and now my Crosshairs team is complete. Pinpointer also comes with blast effects. He gets these two hot pink blast effects right here. Now, of all the blast effects that we've got over the Siege line, I hate these the most. Every time I look at these blast effects, I think they look like Christmas lights. I cannot unsee that. I hate the designs of these, and I swear to God, these are the blast effects we get the most. So to incorporate those onto Pinpointer, you just push them onto the barrel of the weapon. And there we go. We now have Crosshairs opening fire with Pinpointer on some Decepticons. And there you have one final look at Netflix Pinpointer. And now it's time to take a look at the main man himself, the mighty Megatron, who, just like Lionizer and Pinpointer, is just a straight-up repaint of Siege Megatron, the 35th anniversary Megatron, and the Generation Selects G2 Combat Hero Megatron. Now, I'll mainly be comparing the Siege version and the 35th anniversary version to this Megatron because this guy, he's got a wild collar scheme and he's got a completely different head sculpt, but still the same figure. Now, taking a closer look at Megatron, this figure looks amazing. The paint scheme on this guy really pops. I mean, he really stands out compared to the other Megatrons. He's got a nice silver sheen there on the chest. It's kind of a combination. You got this very bright chromy type silver and a dull gunmetal gray that just kind of blends all over the figure, especially down here on the legs. I really like that. He does have a lot of battle scuffing right there on his crotch, but I mean, it's not bad. I mean, this guy looks fantastic. I love the scrapes and scratches there on the chest, the scratched Decepticon logo. I wish he had a few more paint applications right there on the torso. Even the fusion cannon has kind of that gunmetal sheen to it. I love it. Face sculpt looks really good, but the very first thing that I noticed on this figure compared to the original Siege Megatron, if you look at the head, check out the brow. Siege Megatron has the black sections there in the brow. Netflix Megatron does not. Even the 35th anniversary Megatron has the black colored in sections as well. I wish they colored that in on this guy. That's one complaint I have so far. Now, other things that they have fixed on this figure is the head. The little compartment right here is really, really tight now. On the original Megatron, that head just flopped up and down. I mean, it was very, very loose. They fixed it. I mean, I'm applying some pressure and it's finally coming up. I mean, that's on there tight. This guy, I mean, it's just immediate. So that is a great fix right there. One of my biggest complaints of the original Megatron figure. Another complaint was the heels down here, and they fixed that. That's great. Those are nice. They're tight. On the original, I keep dropping him over here in the corner. You'd have to pop them loose, and then they just hear them pop loose. That one's not as bad. Pops back into place, but this one, I just never, you really have to apply pressure to lock it back in, and it just flops around. So with Netflix Megatron, they fixed that, and I love it. They have fixed the main issues I had with the toy. The figure, I can't complain. He looks great. He looks awesome. One more time, just to compare him to the first version, the Siege version, which I'll probably be comparing these two more because the 35th anniversary, we know that's more of a cartoon repaint. But yeah, the Netflix Megatron really outshines the original, and my original even has Toyhax decals on it. So yeah, kudos Netflix. Man, this is an awesome looking Megatron. Now, of course, just like the others, Megatron's articulation, arms up and down, all around, in and out, elbow bend, elbow swivel. The head, as I showed earlier, on a ball joint and can look up and down. He does have a waist rotation, legs up and down, in and out, and has a knee bend. Nice tight joints, really great looking figure, except for the fact he's missing those black triangles on the brow. But that's something either my buddies at Toyhax can fix, or I might just take a fine tip Sharpie and fix myself. Now, I almost forgot to show off his sword. His sword also has that nice silver sheen to it right there that blends in really well with that black. That looks really good. We'll pop that in Megatron's hand. It's got some red detailing right there that we'll see more in tank mode. So yeah, he looks really, really good. Once again, comparing him here to the original Siege Megatron, That, as I said, does have Toyhax, but what a difference. This guy is great. Now let's get a look at Megatron in his tank mode. In tank mode, the Netflix Megatron's paint scheme carries over very well, making the tank look a lot darker, almost like a stealth tank or a night attack tank. He looks really good. I love down here near the treads how that gunmetal gray just fades into that black. It looks so good, much better than that sloppy battle damage that was on all the Siege figures. The tank barrel, as I briefly went over earlier, you've got red highlights right there. Also more of a silver sheen on top, red highlights there on the side, and of course the red from the arms there. But this tank mode looks great. It is missing some of the details up here on what I like to call the scope. The original Megatron had some silver highlights, but still, this one looks really, really good. Now let's compare the Netflix Megatron. Let me zoom out a little bit to the original Siege version. So there's those two together. As I said earlier, you've got a little extra highlights right there on the scope opposed to this one. So I'm kind of torn on which tank I like the best. There's no doubt in my mind which robot mode I like best, but the tanks, I could go either way. So now let's compare Netflix Megatron with the 35th anniversary Megatron, and there's really no comparison there. 35th anniversary Megatron, his tank mode is a little plain. And of course, there is the Eyesore Megatron. That is the Generation Selects Combat Hero. Once again, not much of a comparison there. So there you go, guys. One final look at Netflix Megatron in tank mode. The Transformers Netflix Megatron 3-pack is an amazing set of figures. Granted, they're nothing more than repaints, but these figures are repaints done right. There was a lot of time and effort put into the paint scheme of these figures, and it really, really shows. All three of these figures really pop. Megatron especially. This is now my favorite Megatron figure of the 4 Siege Megatron molds that I own. I absolutely love this figure, and he's going front and center on my display. Also, I love the fact that they added G1 collar schemes to the Battle Masters. Being a G1er, that really gets me right in the old spark. The only complaints I have is the fact he doesn't have the blackened in brow, and I'm not a fan of the hot pink blast effects. So there you go, guys. Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Netflix Walmart exclusive Megatron with Pinpointer and Lionizer. My God, I almost ran out of breath saying that. So, does the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Megatron with Lionizer and Pinpointer belong in your collection? Absolutely. This is a fantastic Megatron. I absolutely love his colors. This guy just looks awesome. Even if you have the other Siege versions, as I shown, this is my 4th one. This is by far my favorite, other than the minor nitpick with the blackening in of his brow right there. I love this figure. All the issues have been fixed, and I couldn't be happier. And once again, I couldn't be humbled more from the fact that this was a gift to the channel. So for that, once again, I thank you so much. So, you know, if you see this guy on the shelf, by all means, grab him. You're not going to be disappointed, especially if you have crosshairs. Now you'll have Pinpointer. Now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Once again, this is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah!